I'm going to go back here.
Perfect. Now I can share it with everyone right now.
And let's see. It won't hide this stupid stuff down here. I mean, beautiful stuff down there. Oh, gosh. Almost broke my rule. Let's see if I can put some music on.
Perfect.
Na, 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 na. And there he is.
Perfect.
Hi, Ricky. Hi there. How you doing?
Hello.
Guys?
Good morning.
Hi, Dr.Marissa.
Good morning. All right, so we're live in a minute. Actually, 3 minutes. This is the I'm going to take us out.
Okay.
We're going to talk backstage. Well, actually, let me just check your camera and sound.
Okay,
all right. Could you sit? Yeah, perfect. So our heads are all about the same size. And we all have big heads, so it's good.
Three heads are better than one.
3 heads, yeah.
You go ahead.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, right there. It's perfect.
Yeah. You're a little blurry. Do you have open... here, let me check mine. If you have open windows, if you could put a do not disturb on and see if that can't clear up your little bit of blur. The eyeballs are rolling in. We've got Hal Hodge waiting. He's the captain of our cashew gallery this morning. That's my version of the peanut gallery, Jim.
Okay. That's so funny.
Thank you. I love to play with words. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell. It's great. I was watching some of the shows. I thought that was fascinating and articulate, in every way possible. It's fantastic. Mom was a wordsmith, so I know that very well firsthand, especially the bad words.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I wanted to remind you, and Ricky's not here, but he's been reminded. It's a $20,000 FCC violation anytime I use all the F and S and even H and D.
all the colorful words.
Yeah, so that's why we try to keep it clean, and that's why Ricky owes me a shopping trip every time he violates, because I have to go back and pay for editing and all that, which I don't like to do.
You have to go to 2nd Avenue.
Yes, you still owe me one shopping trip from that.
Let's go.
I keep waiting.
Actually, it's my mom's birthday, so we have to do...
Oh, yeah. When's that?
Birthday lunch soon.
All right. Yeah, 30
Tuesday.
seconds. Tuesday? Okay. I leave for Canada Friday, but maybe we can schedule something next week. All right. Quiet on the set.
Here we go.
Are about to go live. Well, we're live, but live. Have a great show.
Thank you. You too.
You as well, guys.
off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, Streaker, and more. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So I do not talk about the headlines. And Lord knows there's a lot of them out there, and they're all saying pretty much the same thing. Pretty much negative. So I want to balance out with what's good about life, what's good about you, instead of headlines, heartlines. And I have topics and guests and series to that end. And as you can tell, today is Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa and
Ricky Rebel. Let's go.
and we have a very special guest today. And those of you who don't know who my co-host is on Fridays, you know I'm here every weekday morning. But who's counting? It's over the last 674 consecutive weeks. This is podcast show number 1,363. And Ricky is a Billboard Top 40 recording artist, a scene on tour with Britney Spears. He's been a Grammy member since 2017 and gets to vote. And he's discovered by Michael Jackson, signed to his label on Sony, later signed to Madonna's record label, Maverick Records. And this month, he's going to be inducted into the American Entertainment Hall of Fame. And guess who's going to present that to him? Yes, the other guy that's on camera today. His name is Francis Meza. He's an actor, comedian, radio personality, and podcaster. He is of Mexican descent and on his father's side, and Latin Jewish descent on his mother's side. We're going to talk about that one. He was born at Hoover Hospital in South L.A. and raised in Lincoln Heights in a small city in East L.A. He has a political science degree from Cal State L.A. and he credits his parents' discipline, the arts, and church for keeping him safe from the streets. Please welcome back to the studio my fabulous co-host, Ricky Rebel, and our very special guest today, through him, Francis Meza. Welcome.
Excited to be here, guys. Thank you so much. Super enthralled to be here in the presence and graces of you wonderful, beautiful souls this Friday, TGIF.
Absolutely. And we start every show with breakfast. So you're going to have breakfast with us. We're going to do a short breakfast because I know you have to hop off in 25 minutes or less. So we usually do more gratitudes. Hal, you know the drill. Top of the bun is what are you grateful for outside of yourself? Bottom of the bun is what are you grateful for inside, otherwise known as appreciation. That way we keep every day wrapped in positivity. So I'll start. I am grateful for my coffee maker that allows me to smile every morning, weekday and weekend. So I'm grateful for that. Ricky, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my health. I'm feeling good, nice and healthy. Thank you.
And Francis.
I'm grateful to be in the presence of you wonderful, beautiful people.
Aw. Thank you.
Received. Let's go to the bottom. The bottom, because I like it on the bottom. It is Friday. I get to talk a little bit of smack, but no FCC violation words. The bottom of the bun is a weight training for you, for everyone, because if we do not like ourselves, we have a tendency to go look for likes in the wrong places, on social media especially. So what do you like about yourself? I mean, what is that? It doesn't have to be the only thing, but what's today? What do you want to appreciate about yourself? And I'll start. I appreciate my ability to make really delicious banana bread out of black bananas, which is my version of making lemonade out of lemon. Because Lord knows, after I did date number 31 last night, and yeah, no, it's the. I call my girlfriend and go duh duh duh. Another one bites the dust.
I love that song. Can I tell you a little something about that song? You know, my choreographer was Marguerite Derricks. She's a really big director, choreographer now. She did Austin Powers. She put us in Austin Powers. Remember that beginning scene?
Yeah.
So she choreographed that, and she one time she played Another One Bites the Dust in class as loud as she could, because next door we were next to a what do you call it when people die?
A funeral
home, and there was a funeral going on. So she blasted that song. So horrible.
That's horrible, but that's funny.
You're a New Yorker.
So that's what I like about myself. My ability to make my sense of humor, no matter how bad things are, it's always good. It's always good.
Ability to roll with the punches.
That's right.
What do I like about myself? I like my creativity. I woke up this morning really early, like around 4 a.m., and I started writing lyrics. Yeah. I started writing lyrics, but mainly because Willow, my ragdoll cat, she wakes me up around that time every morning, and she like purrs right here, and I hold her in my arms like an angel. Anyway, but I was really creative this morning and started writing lyrics down, ideas for my new album or album ideas. Because sometimes, y'all, when you're writing stuff, it's like there's a kind of like a gap in between, like what you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Where's the inspiration? But it came to me. So I like that creative side that I have.
Awesome. And Jim Francis Meza, what do you like about yourself?
What don't I like about myself?
I like that.
I have sympathy, empathy for people. I'm also channeling my cousin Ricky. I tend to write various things at all times of the day, whether it be at that wee hours of the morning, you wake up to use the bathroom, pee, and then oh shoot, there's that idea. Not so much for music, but in the way of writing for my next book, perhaps. The stories that come to me, as a former limo driver, I had a lot of cool stories, a lot of people whose lives I impacted, and reciprocally they impacted my life as well. And so, yeah, things come to me, and I think I love that, the creativity that's always flowing. I like to, always roll with the punches as well, with the ebb and flow, and then let the rest the chips fall where they may,
Awesome. So it's obvious all three of us are drinking creative juice for breakfast. Thank you for joining us. I hope that you continue this good life habit, this hashtag Blisscipline, with or without me every weekday morning, because I know, Lord knows, we need all kinds of positive ways in which to sandwich our day. Thanks for joining us for breakfast.
That was a quickie.
That was a quickie.
Quickies are great in the mornings.
That's all the action I've been getting. But anyways, time for the topic of the day. Everything is awesome. Today's topic is our guest, Jim Francis Meza. I'm going to ask you, I don't have a question. I don't have an answering machine. I think millennials, do they even know what an answering machine is? But anyways, I don't have an answering machine. I have a questioning machine. And when you call me, it says, who are you and what do you want? So, Jim Francis Meza, who are you and what do you want?
I'm an ever-changing Renaissance man who loves to take the world. I can't say certain words, so I'll just say I like to take by the short and curlies, and I love to set out each day with intention to rock the world, rock the boat, and make people's lives come true, our dreams come true, and help someone be impactful and be the change that you want to see in the words of Gandhi, right?
Absolutely. And you have a podcast.
That's correct. I do.
And that's how you met my co-host.
Yeah, who happens to be related to me, which is a fantastic story.
Tell the story, an abridged version, since
Okay,
we want to juice you before you leave.
That's true. Okay, so I'll make it short and sweet. So I deep dive, as we tend to do, right, Dr. Marissa, when we're going to have a guest on our show. We do our due diligence, as they would say, and go down the rabbit hole, down the burrow, and I sure did. That I did, and I found out that Ricky is also Felix. And I thought, holy mother of God, I wonder if there would be a connection, because my show's called Almost Famous for a reason, because I tend to have 2 degrees of separation with just about anybody. And I probably know, I mean, the same folks circle of people, I know prior to even meeting you, which is nuts. So when I went down the bro, I found out he's Felix, and I happened to ask him, are you by any chance related to the great Maria Felix, who graced the silver screen in the 1950s and 1960s? For which he said, dude, are you kidding me? Yes. How did you know that? Like, how did you even, no one's ever asked me that. And then it was just like again, things that happen, fluidity, you could just call it, God's divine plan for us to meet, which is always the case, in my humble opinion, that we're meant to meet. And then hence why I'm here. It's like everything kind of works. It works around. Yeah, that's Maria Felix, the great dame, as they would call her, the doña in Spanish. And yeah, so she was a force to be reckoned with, and it just so happens that Ricky and I are related, which I'm super flattered and happy about. I mean, this great artist, multi-talented juggernaut, and so are. And now I get to talk to you, Dr. Marissa, and you're part of the circle. So that's fantastic.
It is. She's gorgeous.
Looks like my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was that age. She looks like her.
Yeah, totally.
Divine. Just divine.
Totally can see it. Yeah. So that is super cool. And Ricky, how did he find you to want to interview you?
Juan introduced us. He told me that this is great. Juan Le Prince.
So I guess this is a good time to make the announcement. Guess who is going to have Juan as her first publicist?
Oh my gosh! Congrats, both of you. Yes. He's amazing and a very hard worker, very passionate person. And he told me that I had to meet Jim and go on his show. And I was really impressed by the show. The production value is so high, elevated. And Jim, of course, was a great interviewer. He really knew, like he did his research beyond imagination. He knew so much about me, things that I didn't even know about me. And we just hit it off. He makes me feel really comfortable, as when I'm with him, and I know that that's part of being a really great interviewer is making your guests feel comfortable. And every time I'm on the show, I have such a great time. I'm laughing, and we're actually in talks right now to potentially do our own thing together on that very same in the same studio. It's wonderful.
Wow, you're going to be another co-host to co-host.
Yeah.
I'll be a double co-host.
Double co-host. I was going to say double trouble, but that's
double
not
trouble.
You like bookends, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're doing it right now. That's so funny. That is so funny.
I was going to say, except Ricky, you should be on the end. But I am super happy, Dr. Marissa, because because this kind of brings everything full circle. It means that you're going to end up in the hot seat of my show as well.
Yes, I can't wait. And we will not have FCC on us.
Yes,
yes. That ought to be, that should be interesting. I was invited to be a guest on, what's his name? He's a short man. I don't know what the technical term, but he's the Jack Ash movies. The shorter guy. Do you know who I'm talking about? The series. I can type it, but I can't. It's the American comedy series, and his character is anyways, he's quite the character, and he has a podcast show. And so I was invited to be a guest. He was on the same racing sailboat that I was on for one of the series in the season last year. And all the guys were like, you have to go on his show, you have to go. And they swear as much as I don't swear, right? So I'm like, wow. I don't think that would be good for my brand. But anyways,
I won't swear other than I swear. That's funny what you just finished saying. Endearing words, right?
It's funny when you're told that you can swear, you end up not swearing that much.
Well, that's not true.
I'm being coy and quiet here, as you know.
Yes, I am noticing that, but that's actually not true, Ricky. Your other co-host for Straight Talk, James Hawthorne, had on his casting agent on, and I had to edit like. They're taking me on a vacation. No, seriously, they had to take me out to. They took me to West Hollywood Butcher's Daughter, and they had to buy like a lot of stuff for me for the meal.
Make up for it,
Dr.Marissa.
Yes,
my wife said she was very happy to meet you. I said that if I fail this test, with probably throwing in some colorful unwanted words on the show, that we'll take you to Santa Anita as many times as you want.
Ooh. What, is that a restaurant or a boutique?
Well, Santa Anita racetracks, right?
Racetrack we were at.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
The Santa Anita the Santa Anita racetrack.
So did you know that I won the trifecta on the last race?
You did?
I did. I won an exacta on the third race. On race 8, I did $8 on race 8 on horse 8. And it won. But the big one was the trifecta. Oh, I didn't even tell you, Ricky.
You won. Can we see?
I won $297 for that last win.
Oh my gosh!
I know it was.
And I wasn't there to see it. Right?
You were not there. You had your limit of the races.
Oh, there we are.
There we are.
Gyrating there. Look at that. Beautifully done. Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm going to get copyright hit, so I'm going to turn the music off for a second. But this is us dancing our little patooties off on the runway.
Yeah.
All the photographers were just going crazy. It was so funny.
You know me as the Asian Oprah, reporting live at the Santa Anita racetrack for a fashion show by V and me teaching Ricky how to gamble and bet on the races. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. It's my first time on the track, and it's very exciting.
We just rocked the dance floor, even though we weren't doing the models necessarily, but we made it work.
We took over.
We did.
I had to wear spring colors.
Spring Talk this week because we have a special guest who's a relative of Ricky's.
That's right. And he's going to be inducting me into the Entertainment Hall of Fame on April 16th. And we found out he was interviewing me on his process. And we found out that we're actually related.
Is that crazy?
It's amazing. His name is Jimmy.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yes. It's all about balance, peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace.
And look at Ricky's outfit.
Kelly for filming.
Mr. Fashionista. I can't get it off. Oh, well. This is where you hit me in the face with your jacket, Ricky. You see my face? You literally snicked my eye.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Here's some of the fashion show.
Oh, you got some cool shots from the fashion show.
And here's the last designer. I wanted to catch up with him, but I didn't. All right, now
Like,
here's
oh, that's
that
cool.
makes me
Come
excited
on!
every time.
Come on, Paradise Lake!
There you go.
Let
Here
me
we
Hopefully
focus
go.
on these and
Okay.
let's see what we got here. Okay.
Oh, you
This got to be
documented the
pretty
whole
good, I
thing.
think.
Yeah.
320.
Oh my gosh.
That's beautiful.
Holy shit.
Congrats.
Did you hear the holy and then I got
I did hear that. You gotta FTP yourself.
okay.
You gotta FTP yourself.
That
That
was
was funny. I like the workplace hazards. You swatted her accidentally with when you did the dance. You twirled and gyrated.
I didn't tell
Funny.
him. I thought I would wait to tell him today
Oh,
It
because
was
I made.
another trip to the
touching
mall.
the eye.
So tell me about the award that you're giving Ricky.
He's
Oh,
inducting me.
I'm inducting Ricky. So yeah, I'm super, flattered and beside myself. I mean, it's truly an honor. I think Ricky could have picked you, but you're going to Vancouver or Canada. Is that right?
Toronto,
Toronto.
yeah.
And so yeah, I'm beside myself because I'm going to be in sort of like in a group of people, in a sea of people, if you will, a sea of talented creatives. And so it's an all-encompassing sort of powerhouse, if you will, And so, but to be able to then present Ricky in all its greatness, it's going to be something for the books for sure.
Oh,
Something
that's
for the books.
great.
And I'm thrilled and honored. And Ricky, we're live here. As I just want you to know that. Thank you for taking. Oh, here's my dog. He wants to. Here, want a photo bomb? They run amok. I'm thankful and super grateful. Cannot thank you enough for this honor and privilege.
Oh,
Appreciate you.
That's
thank
so
you.
nice. Did you know when you were a kid that you're going to be doing what you're doing?
As a kid, every morning I knew that I was okay. So real quick, because I give you the quick version. I grew up in East L.A. It was gang ridden, lots of violence, poverty stricken, super marginalized area by Dodger Stadium. I guess most people know it as Dodger Stadium, Solano Park or whatever. But it's my dog. Sorry. I there's like two other dogs down there and they're playing around. Yeah, growing up it was really tough, but I had a tough mom who's passed on. She's crossed over now. And mom was the beacon of light. She was education was big always, and she was super all about the academics. So growing up, I learned to read both in English and Spanish equally well, and I'm very meticulous. I'm super meticulous. If I've read over probably easily 1,000+ books in just growing up, and not let's not forget high school and college. And I say all that to say I came out of the neighborhood without unscathed, no gang affiliation whatsoever. Lots of people that I knew in and around died, and they went through the jail system and whatnot. But having a good almost like a moral compass, if you will, and having God by my side, I think all those things comprised and just help me elevate me to the next level and be able to oh sorry, I'm terribly sorry. I'm so tall, guys, that I'm like 7 feet tall, so and so it helped me get out of the neighborhood in such a way where I can then get back and be something big. I always knew that I would be big. I just didn't know I would get to 7 feet tall. I wouldn't be this big, but
Right.
so I always wanted to do that, and I do have a side of Maria Felix. I have other people in my family that are musicians. My dad was in a Tex-Mex band, so my dad plays in the accordion really well. And so I basically had a blueprint, if you will, of what to do in life and how to go about it, and it doesn't go obviously without saying, and hard work, long hours, gruelous hours of toil and sleepless nights, will get you to where you want to get. And there's still a lot to a lot of terrain, I mean, ahead for sure. But I'm doing it little by little. I did radio hosting as well. I was on FM radio, and I did internet radio, and I did a Spanish radio show as well back in the day. So, and I lived in Mexico City for about a year, so I had to brush up on the Spanish. So I've done quite a bit of things in a short period of time. My short, 47, 48 now.
Okay. And the limo driver stories.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I have a book called Juicy Divas Confessions of a Limo Driver. I went to a comedian's podcast, a very famous comedian. I'm not going to drop his name here, but it's the naysayers, the people that tell you, you can't do something, that are the fuel and the fire that goes under my feet and made me do what I've done. I decided to create a podcast revolving it's called Juicy Divas Confessions of a Limo Driver. I worked for a company named Divas. It was kind of modeled after Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor was one of our first clients whom I got to meet personally and drive, prior to her death, of course. But I got to, working for Diva Limousine. I decided post Diva, once Diva went under, I worked for maybe 20, 22 years with the limo company, a limo industry, that I would retire and do a podcast. And then after having some words and blowback from being on a podcast with a famous comedian, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this better than you do it, kind of thing, under my breath, of course, because I'm all positivity. I'm all, gentleman, all shivering charm. I like to help people, and I'm all about the good vibes, So that said, I decided to set out, and I did the Juicy Divas Confessions of a Limo Driver podcast. Is still up. And then I did another one, Jim and James Morning Podcast, with my good friend and actor James Welsh, Lonnie Love's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. I don't know if it's ex-boyfriend. I shouldn't say that right. Live. And then
I heard it here.
And now I'm here, almost famous, because I always hobnob with famous people from the time I was a very young man. I've always been around it.
So that's it's good that I asked you that question, because when I first pulled up Almost Famous, there's someone else is using that, by the way, and I thought it was you were interviewing people that are almost famous, but actually you're talking about yourself being almost famous, right, by association with a lot of people who are famous,
kind of wordplay,
so to speak. Yeah. Got it. Ricky, do you got any questions for our guest before he runs?
Before you run, I'm excited to see you April 13th. We're going to be in Temecula for the Entertainment Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I'm so grateful that you're going to be announcing me, and I can't wait to hang out with you and introduce you to the rest of the fam, because you are fam bam.
Right.
And it's going to be great. Tickets are available at rickyrebelrocks.com if you'd like to come and watch. And also, it's a great place to network. There are going to be Grammy winners there being inducted, all types of people there. So come out to the show April 13th.
Awesome sauce. Do you have a final word, Jim, that you want to leave us with?
Well, perhaps words, if I may. Just want to thank you, Dr. Marissa, for the space, for the time here. Ricky, couldn't have done it without you, cuz, like, quite literally. Thank you, and just thank you guys, and keep on shining the way you are, shining stars, and everybody listening, keep on listening in. It's such a great beacon of light, because it offers so many beautiful things, and keep it rated PG, guys.
It's such a great job, Jim.
Thank you.
You did a great job. Absolutely.
May the proverbial good times roll, right, guys? I'm out. I'm parachuting out now. Bye, guys.
Absolutely. It's all about balance. Thanks so much for being here. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Jim Francis Meza.
And then there were two.
Isn't
he a sweetheart?
He is a sweetheart, and he is tall. Like, he doesn't look tall on camera there, but when I met him at the horse races, he was there at the beginning, and in hindsight, he was there before you were there. So You
Oh,
missed
I met him
them.
before.
Yeah, I met he was there, he introduced himself, and then I thought we were gonna have time to get a soundbite or a shot, but he had left, and then you arrived, and so I don't think I even taught you how to bet because I mean,
It was
trust
quick.
me, we had a lot of good time, dancing. That was our big thing. Did you know you hit me in the face?
No, of course not.
I thought I'd save it for the live.
That's funny. That's
You
funny.
were just in the zone, with throwing
Yeah,
that.
I get into it.
Actually, I want to show
Oh, my
your
real.
Instagram story about that. Let's anything else you're grateful for? I know that
Yeah, let's
that
do
is
that.
like a big one.
It's really important to do this, and that's why I'm like, I want more gratitude. It's
Yeah.
important. It's really important. I take this with me throughout the whole week. So,
Okay. So let's see. What else are we
what do we got?
grateful for?
You go first.
Um,
You go first.
Let's see. I am grateful that playing in a mahjong tournament on Saturday. I have not been playing as much because of, my bonus mom passing and all of the stuff with the service. And I put together a 202 photo slide thing, and everybody loved it. So but it was you know, putting a celebration of life thing together is a lot, but
Yeah.
I it went off really beautifully, and now I am slowly like getting back into, the regular groove.
Good, good.
Ah,
Um, I'm grateful that to be inducted is one thing. Grateful for that,
for
and I'm
sure.
grateful to perform again. I'm going to be performing live, and it's been a minute, so I'm rehearsing every day. My thing is, I have to run through my song 3 times in a row, back to back to back.
Now, do you do it at home? Do you have a stage at home that you practice on?
I practice in my living room, live on Bigo. It's an app that
Oh,
I'm
I thought
on.
you
I
said
stream
ego.
that too. Bigo is it's spelled Bigo, like big, Bigo.
Oh,
And it's a really cool app. I'm on it and I stream on that app for like 2 hours every day, Monday through Friday.
wow.
So they get to see the behind the scenes, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to follow me on Bigo, everybody just go to Ricky Rebel Rocks on the search engine and you'll find me. And there's the reel.
There's
We are
me.
setting it.
Yeah, I love that outfit.
Oh,
I
so
keep
cute.
forgetting to ask you.
I love how we
Um,
match too, the colors.
Always. And people think that we talk beforehand to find out what each other's wearing. And I am tempted, but I don't, because I don't want to break
Right.
our record, because we totally have done this every time. Every
Mm.
time. Did you contact the guy that took pictures of us that was really good?
Oh, I have all of his info.
You do? Did you get is he Getty Images?
Check out his photo on my Instagram right now.
Okay.
It was
Because
a
I
post.
don't know.
It was
Look
a
at that
post before
jacket.
this one.
Okay.
So you can
How
get
do
his full name.
I do this? That one? No.
No,
Okay. Let me
over.
how do I get back to Oh, I know. There we go. So, reel or post?
It's a post. There it is. The left.
This one?
Yeah, that's his work.
How did you find him? Because he has pictures of me. Does he have it on his website or on
His
his
name is Hector, right?
Yeah?
Hector Mancia.
Did you see does this have multiple?
I want to make sure I get his
Oh,
name.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, Hector Mancia. He
Oh,
is amazing.
he is. Wow. Look
And
at
he gave me
that.
access to 300 photos.
And you were supposed to share him with me, and my bad for not asking you
Oh, I'm
earlier.
gonna give you his number right now. I'm gonna text it
Okay,
to you.
cool.
He's wonderful. He's a very loving person. He's a makeup artist along with being a photographer. So I really felt like he took care in the angles of our faces and our bodies. He took care with all of
I'm
it.
so
And
excited to
he
see
gave
it.
me a lot of that is unretouched. Like everything from the first one on. The first one is a little retouched, but the other ones are not. And they look
Hector
great. Mancia.
M-A.
And for the people
And
out there getting upset with me for retouching, Madonna retouches like crazy. Jennifer Lopez retouches. There isn't a single photo you ever see in any magazine or any poster of any kind that isn't retouched. So you can go and put that somewhere. Put that somewhere.
oh, and you know, uh I also have an opinion about anyone who is critical of anyone else. No one asked you for your opinion. Sorry.
The critics come out to play. What else
Yeah.
are we grateful for? I'm grateful that I don't listen to my critics too much at all. I keep listening to what I want to do with my life. That's what I'm grateful for. I keep focusing on what I want, not necessarily if it's going to make the critics happy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
grateful for
That is something really, that's a good appreciation of yourself
that.
to
Mhm.
know that that is what you know.
Always been that way. Ever since I was a kid, my mom will tell you about the lime green shoes I wore to school every single day. To elementary school, I wore the lime green shoes, and everyone made fun of me. Everyone. And I
Aw,
didn't care what they thought at all. I'm like, these shoes are great.
that's great. And that's that bottom of the bun that's so important, because if you know how I sort of like make a funny and say, if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anybody else to approve of? You got a
Mm,
finger on that one. Someone in the gallery, in the cashew gallery, gave you this finger, not the other finger.
we love that.
Yeah, we do love that.
Thank you. We love that.
Um, Yeah, and for those of you just tuned in and wondering what's going on in studio and what you've landed on, this is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, every weekday morning on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind, NBC News Radio, streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course on my YouTube TV channel, which is rapidly approaching 329,000 views. I am so grateful. It has just been, I have no budget for marketing. I do everything
Mm,
myself as Kevin Costner. If you haven't seen the movie Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. I've been told, I meant to tell Jim that this show wouldn't last more than a year because I don't talk about the headlines, and I'm not political rhetoric crazy or, gossipy or anything like that. And y'all, I'm going on 13 years.
wow.
So yeah, 13
Amazing.
years. Thank you. May 1st is going to be through. That's next month. I cannot believe it.
I want to
And
ask you a question. You were on UBN, Universal Broadcasting
yeah,
Network.
yeah, for
That was,
years.
that was a great studio, right?
Yeah,
In
it was
Gower.
a great
It was in
studio.
Gower.
Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. And it was great. Tony, well, the story is, it was February of 2012, 4:30 in the morning. I was woken up by a voice in my head that said radio. And I'd been doing some ABC Fox specials, being an expert commentator. Uh,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh, camera loves you." So being woken up with the word radio, like I have a face good for radio. That's the joke, right? Because you're not on camera. You could look like whatever. You can roll out of bed and just do a show. And so I was like, "Why radio?" And the voice said, "Radio." And I went, "Can we talk about this later? It's 4:30 in the morning." Radio.
You got a
So I got
message. You
up
got a
out of bed.
message.
Yeah, it honestly, Ricky, that's what it was. And I sat at the computer and I wrote for 44 minutes the title of the show. Take my advice. I'm not using it, which most people think is very funny. And then Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. And then uh, all the guests that I've listed, I've had all of them with one exception, the Dalai Lama. I have an email from him saying thank you for the invite, but I don't do that anymore. And then the format of the show, the business plan for the show, and then a week later was my first show on UBN.
A week later.
A week later, like how does that happen? Yeah. So and Tony Sweet,
your brain
who
made it happen.
owns UBN Studio, is a beautiful man. I was with him for 5 years, I think. Then they moved out of Sunset Gower, and I wasn't crazy about the studio in Burbank. So I went full time to NBC News Radio. I was on NBC News Radio, started as a guest on another show called Money Matters. And then the station manager said, you could do your own show. Do you want to do your own show? And I'm like, okay. And then, however many years later, till COVID. And then the beginning of COVID, the station owner called and said, how would you like to take over the morning show? So I went from once a week, drive time Friday, to every weekday morning. So that's the story. And they said a year and almost 8 years later.
Incredible.
And yeah.
Thank
you got
you,
a hair
Kiki.
fan there, Kiki. Thank you.
you.
And I think you know Hal's in studio.
Hey, Hal.
He's the captain of the Cashew Gallery today because he got here first. We're so happy that you're here. And I hope you enjoyed. We don't usually have a guest on, huh?
We don't.
Yeah. So Ricky wanted to bring him on. It was great to have him. And it looks like I'm going to be on a hot seat.
Yes.
But it is so fun. And how are y'all doing? You know, you're always welcome to put your gratitudes up there. What do you like about yourself? We're doing an extended breakfast this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We had to do a speedy drive-through breakfast and still get to interview Jim. But we're so happy you're here.
Right.
So let's see. Did we finish the breakfast?
No, let's keep going.
Okay.
I am tenacious, intrepid.
Ooh, you're on a roll.
That's my favorite word.
I love it.
I am intrepid.
I don't think I've ever used that word, intrepid.
Use it.
Let's
a
see
great
what
word.
It is. It
really describes me.
It means, first thing that came up is a company named Intrepid.
The car company.
So let's see. I'm going to be a definition. Here we go. Intrepid definition. All right. Fearless, adventurous. Yes. So that is you. You are fearless and adventurous. I do believe the co-hosts can be described today as fearless and intrepid.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I want to take a moment to remind someone of how easy that was for him to own two really great qualities of himself when a year ago, when I asked him to give me something, an adjective that described something good about him, he's like, he didn't make this face. He didn't make this face, but I felt this. Really? You're going to make me do this? Oh, that deserves a
moose drop. Moose drop.
Because you hide your you're
emotions.
Very good at and then, but I can feel the energy. So
you get it, huh? You could feel the fire underneath.
I don't even know who you really are. I don't know if I even like you. What are you asking me to do here?
People have said that to me, and I think I take it as a compliment. I watched this really cool, Alan Watts, the philosopher, Alan Watts. He's really cool.
Oh, is
We
that
should.
the one you shared with me on Messenger the other day? Was that
I'm not
one of
sure if
his?
that's
Oh,
who I
okay.
sent,
Uh-huh.
but he's like a really great thinker, and he mentioned how we can't really. I don't know if you think this is true or not. I don't know if I think it's true or not, but it's kind of an interesting concept that we can't really know who we are all the way. In the same way that fire cannot burn itself or a knife cannot cut itself. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, that is the adage that we do not use 90 some percent of our gray matter in our brain. Do you know?
We're not using it.
Yeah, that it is. I'm going to Google that because I
It's
haven't heard that for a while. So, what is the percentage of unused gray matter?
in
Because
our
I
brain.
was taught that in school, in my psychology, becoming a psychologist. Oh, interesting. Okay, I love learning new things. You ready for this? I'm going to share it with you.
I'm ready.
You're ready. And amazing, it's a myth. Apparently, it's a myth.
Okay.
So 10% of the brain myth,
Okay.
or 90% states that humans generally use only 1/10 or some small fraction of their brains. Remember, I was saying 90 something. Notably, Albert Einstein, by extrapolation, suggests a person may harness or unlock this unused potential and increase their intelligence. And it's saying it's a myth
Good to know.
because, oh, that's where my dad went to school, McGill, got his
Mm.
PhD there. So neurologist Barry Gordon saying we use every part of the brain and that most of the brain is active almost all of the time.
Okay.
Interesting. So
Mhm.
so that means your guy is also, well, that might be a little, he's talking about, oh, okay, I got it. Self-awareness. That's
Correct.
what he's talking about.
Mhm.
It took me a little bit, but I love the fact that I stayed with it and I went all the way around. So
It's cool, but we needed to go all the way around. We just learned a really fun fact. Like,
yeah, because it is true. I believe that most people do not know themselves, which is why I've been speaking on this. I taught a course at UCLA last fall. Personal mastery. Personal mastery is, do you know who you are? Do you like who you are? Or are you living your life in fear of failure, fear of success, self sabotage, imposter syndrome, perfectionism? I'll be happy when. And most
mm,
people are doing that because if you stop and ask them, like, who are you at the core of who you are and what do you want? That's why I do the questioning machine thing. Like, I know you know now, but if I'd asked you a year ago, Ricky, who are you? You didn't even want to talk about the good things that you were
you
because it
are.
made you uncomfortable. And your critic was so strong. Your inner critic was one of the strongest I'd ever encountered, where no matter what you did, no matter how many albums, no matter what your discography was, no matter how many songs you wrote, no matter how many great stages, you were discovered by Michael Jackson, for God's sakes. For goodness sakes, you were on tour with Britney Spears. For goodness sake, you were signed by Madonna. And yet the vibration that I got from you a year ago was, yes, but I haven't done this, and this. Or yes, but you don't know what I did do that I regret. Or yes, but, I'm still not recognized enough to, enjoy this, or whatever it was. It was just
Mm,
so hard to watch you be your own worst enemy and your own worst critic. And one of
mm,
the things that I am so proud of is when you say that, I've been someone that has helped you be easier on yourself and to love yourself more. The first time you told me that, I cried, because that's my best compliment. Because
Mm,
I live with, Emerson's definition of success, to know that one life has breathed easier because you have lived. And that's like the best compliment. So thank you, Ricky, for that compliment. And I'm so proud of you. Like, I say this all
oh,
the time, but just watching you blossom now,
yeah.
I get front row seats.
Oh, gosh, you're making me tear up.
Good. I love when I make you cry. I love when I make my guests cry and my co-host. You know why? Because tears
Mm,
are the disinfectant that keep your heart soft. And Ricky, you just have such the most beautiful heart. And you're letting people see it now more so than ever.
I agree. I feel that too. Thank you.
Mm.
I always say this show and you really helped me. I gotta say, this
Mm.
exercise, the exercises we do are very important. I take them very seriously. That's why when we said today we're gonna rush through it, give
He's like,
it the short interview,
no,
I was like,
this is the
wait a
same.
minute. I live off of this for the whole week or two, actually, because
This
we
is the
skip a
same
Friday.
guy.
We
This is the
skip a
same
Friday.
guy a year ago who's like, do we have to do breakfast? Can I come in after breakfast?
Right, right. But breakfast is so important. The
Oh,
exercises we do and the
yeah.
recognition of what is good about our lives, because we're constantly looking at what is not good. It's so easy to look at what's not good. It takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of intelligence to look at what's good. A lot of intelligence.
That's my boy. That's my
Uh-huh. Because you taught me that 70% of our thoughts are negative,
Yeah, that's
right? Didn't you say
that
that? That
newest
it's a
statistic.
loop?
50 thoughts per day, and 75% of them are negative. Let me bring that up.
Yeah.
Thoughts per day. I think it's 50,000. Oh, now here we go. 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. 95% are exactly the same repetitive thoughts as the day before, and 80% of them are negative. I was under. Oh my goodness. And
We're floored.
just in case you thought, because 42.7% of statistics are made up on the spot. It's one of my favorite.
Quotes.
Yeah.
It's funny.
See, look at that. I'm not kidding.
This is
So,
a really cool thing to talk about
isn't
on
it? I
on a
was
on a
just going
reel
to
or something. If you could
say,
put that on a reel.
let me copy this.
Copy
I'm
and
gonna
put that on
put
a
it.
reel.
Yeah, let's talk about the next show for sure.
Okay.
Let's do that. But I'm just going to copy and paste this in the comment section and
Mm.
see what y'all think about that. But because I really want to highlight this, because I get to speak on stages. I'm going to Canada on Friday, and I'll be there for 2 weeks. I'm speaking on several stages and
Whoa.
places,
Congrats.
and visiting my Chinese mom who has Parkinson's. So I go quite often to
Mm.
see how she's doing. But this is okay. So what are you thinking over and over and over? So just think of something right now that you wake up with. When you wake up in the morning, what is your first thought? And for most people, it is, oh, I don't want to get up. I'm so tired. Um, oh, I gotta go to work.
Mm.
So if that's a thought that you keep thinking and it's repetitive, 95% of the same thoughts you had the day before. What do you think the rest of your day is going to be like? So the law of attraction says that what you think grows bigger. So is it likely that you're going to be smiling or complaining for the next hour?
Complaining.
So if you do this exercise and the first thing oh shoot, we are out of time.
I didn't want to tell you, but yeah, 5 minutes.
Oh,
4 minutes.
Okay. So that's my final word. What tomorrow morning, wake up and what is your first thought? And see if you can't replace it with one gratitude. Open your eyes, look around and say, I'm grateful that my soft bed,
My soft bed, baby.
my beautiful insignificant other, I'm just kidding, significant other, what is that first thought? Change your first thought if it's negative. Okay.
Thought.
What's
Let's
your
go. Final word? I love you, Dr. Marissa. And I love Jim. Thank you for coming on, Jim. And you can buy tickets to my inauguration into the Entertainment Hall of Fame. Get your tickets at rickyrebelrocks.com. The show is happening April 13th. Thank you.
Absolutely. This has been a very beautiful episode of Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. Straight Talk with me and
Ricky Rebel.
Thank you, Rebels, for staying on. I see all the eyeballs. I know you've been listening and integrating. We love you all. Thank you for supporting Ricky, my fabulous friend and co-host for Straight Talk. Thank you, Hal, Captain of Bar in the Cashew Gallery today. Now, take it out for me, Ricky. Now go and have
the best weekend ever.
See you Monday.